We'll start off with Mohawk, and the first player we got to talk about is Kaylin Emsley.
Yeah, she was, I think, top 5 in kills all year. So it's very impressive. She can swing on the ball. She can score. It, she's an offensive threat. She's that outlet that Mohawk needs, right? Those out-of-system balls, I'm going to say a lot of those balls are going to go to her.
And you mentioned her earlier, Kinsley Child, all-star libero, tremendous season, gets a lot of digs for her team.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So when you're coached by a former libero in Matt Schnarr, your libero is probably going to be pretty good. And he's done a phenomenal job with her. She went from being a left side in year 1 to being, I would say, definitely the best libero in the province. She's unbelievable.
We also have Amanda Kuiper. She is the setter for Mohawk's team. Very good setter, that is.
So Kuiper broke the service aces record, and that was going to be one of my keys for the game. She's going to have to serve really well against this Fanshawe team, because if they get out of system, yeah, it's going to be a lot of Janelle, but then you can get 2 blocks up on her. You can run other stuff out of it. So Kuiper, obviously first team All-Star again, really good setter, really moves the ball really well. But yeah, her serving is something to watch out for. Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about the key players on Fanshawe, and we have to start with Janelle Albert, the player of the year in the OCAA. First in points, first in kills per set. She dominated all year.
Yeah, she comes from a good background of family of athletes. Her brother actually was part of that national Fanshawe team for the men last year as well. So as you saw there in warm-up, beautiful arm swing, elevates really well. She's a force. She's really physical. It's fun to watch.
And not the only one on the team. There's also Ashley Rafferty, the setter. She's having a great year, first in assists per set. And also we got to mention Lauren Raycraft, the libero. She's been great defensively all year for Fanshawe.
Exactly, right? Like we talked about, don't jump. Oh, sorry, a ball went under. When you talk about liberos, you talk about Kinsley, first team All-Star. This other libero is also very, very good. When you control stuff off serve receive, like she does, it's really impressive. Don't jump again. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I get nervous all the time when balls go into the net. Both of them, like I said, very deserving, very good. This is going to be a lot of fun, especially when you're a setter of the best attacking team. You're probably a very good setter. Yeah.
So I actually got the chance to have a quick interview with the assistant coach of the Fanshawe Falcons team, and we're just going to show that quickly on your screen.
Nice.
Assistant coach of the Fanshawe women's volleyball team. Thanks for joining us, Montana.
Oh, no problem.
So for my first question, obviously Fanshawe has a winning culture. You guys are last year's provincial gold medalist. You also won a bronze medal at nationals. So can you talk a bit about the expectations for this team going into this tournament?
Yeah, obviously we've had a great season. We went 17-1 in our regular season. But really all we came here to do is be as competitive as possible. We really enjoy competing at such a high level, and we have such a rush being here. So we just want to play the best volleyball we possibly can, and if that leads us into tomorrow and the next day, that's amazing. But as long as we come out and play our game, that's what we're here to do.
Obviously, last year was an exceptional year for your team, but a couple new faces added this year. Can you talk a bit about the differences between this team and last year's team?
Yeah, so last year had some really great pieces graduate, but our first years have come in this year absolutely guns blazing. We've got a couple, Lauren Barmeyer, Skylar Johnson, Sophia Kinsey, Vanessa Vargas, who have absolutely stepped up and filled some roles that we really needed. And we couldn't be happier with how they've kind of filled those gaps and made a really big impact on this team.
Now there's one player we absolutely have to mention. Janelle Albert. She won Player of the Year in the OCAA at the banquet yesterday. And can you just tell us a bit why she had so much success this year? What makes her such a great player?
Janelle comes from a a pretty impressive background. Her family has a history of success with her brother training with the national program right now. But she comes in day in and day out, just ready to work and be the best that she can. She just wants to compete at the highest level and be the best player that she possibly can. And lucky for us, that puts her on our side of the court. But we just enjoy how she brings up the level of everybody else in order to compete with her. And I think that's what makes her a great athlete and a great leader and what makes us a great team.
Today's matchup is the 5th seed in the West, the Mohawk College. What's the mindset going in today's game?
It's really just focused on our half of the court. We have a 9x9 space that we have to defend and then try and play Fanshawe volleyball. And as long as we can do that, we feel pretty confident that we'll find some success somewhere.
All right, well, thank you so much, Montana, and best of luck today with your team.
So Mohawk will have quite the challenge today against this Fanshawe team. We're going to talk a bit about the keys to today's matchup, and I'm going to throw that to you, Charlie. What are the keys for both teams if they want to win today?
For Mohawk, it's going to be service pressure. If you can somehow get Fanshawe out of system, that's going to be the key for them. And Fanshawe, it's just going to be, like she said, take care of their side, do what they do best, and that's attack the ball really well.
Yep, both teams getting ready for this matchup. We are just about to get this underway, but right now we're going to take a quick break and come back with the game that we're about to see, the Fanshawe Falcons versus the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Awesome. She just dropped a ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem?
So that was the national anthem sang by Madison Mancini. Really good job there. And we're just about ready to get this game underway. Both teams starting their
Oh, buddy, I love playoff volleyball.
Yes, it should be a very interesting matchup. It's a do or die game. It's win or go home. Everything's on the line today, starting now. And we're starting with a pretty good matchup today.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's about as good as it gets for a first game. Mohawk, up and down year. They're a very, very good team. But it's the third year in a row they have to play the #1 seed in provincials. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a pretty big challenge for Mohawk, but you never know. Upsets are possible in any sport, and we might witness one again today.
That is very true. I personally lost this game, this quarterfinal matchup. It was a trap game. It was the first game of the provincials. That's why I say that. And Niagara took us down. Congratulations to them. I'm not going to say anything about that.
All right,
Bringing back bad memories.
Players are on the court, and we're ready to get this game underway.
So as you see, Janelle starting in 4. Gets 3 nice rotations at the front to start.
Heska back to serve for the Falcons.
So Terea Heska at the line for the first serve of this game.
Here we go. Delay a game warning on the ref as we have a towel on the floor. And here we go.
Now we should be
first serve of the tourney.
So everyone have a good women's volleyball championship. We're underway with the first serve. Here's Mohawk setting up their attack. And good defense by Fanshawe.
Oh,
good hustle.
God.
But Mohawk get the first point of this game.
Listen, if that's a higher roof, if we're playing at a unlimited roof, she just got that ball over. That's incredibly impressive, but that's Kuiper for the kill. And we got 1-0 Mohawk.
So here's a serve by Mohawk, and Fanshawe is going to set up here.
Roll. Nice up.
Is it
Nice shot. Oh, gosh, what a dig.
good rally already. There's a tip at the net. Now another tip, and this rally keeps going. And
that's down.
Yep.
So you'll see Mohawk run. They run a 6-2. Kuiper swings, and then she's also setting. She's incredibly dynamic. That's already 2 points for her right off the bat for Mohawk.
And so good start here for the Mountaineers, jumping to the early 2-0 lead. And now here's Nicole Croft with the serve. Fanshawe setting up their attack. Mohawk gets to that one.
Another one.
And another big point there. That's Kaylin Emsley. And Mohawk.
Good start for Mohawk. This is about as good as it gets to start off the championship.
As the lower ranked team, that's exactly how they had to start this game. Keep Fanshawe on their heels, and that's what they're doing right now, jumping up to an early 3-0 lead.
Oh my gosh.
Already getting a showcase of that power by Janelle Albert. However, Fanshawe unable to get it over the net, and a quick start now for Mohawk. They're keeping this going. They're now up 4-0, and Nicole Croft will get to serve again.
So what Matt's going to do here is, obviously, as a coach, you take away the first option. You have to do your best to take away the first option. So he's sending the middle over. Cheat a little bit to Janelle, very obviously. She got hands on that ball, out assist. Now you're running, transitioning, and Mohawk able to score, but missed serve there, 4-1.
Here's Maya Danis with the serve. Actually, that was Matea Deliri.
That was Kite.
Now Fanshawe setting up their attack.
C-ball. Oh.
And great showcase of that Mohawk defense. However, that tip is out of bounds. And Fanshawe starting to crawl back into the set. It's now 4-2.
for Fanshawe.
So serve receive here from Mohawk's going to be really, really key. If they can stay in system, establish the middle a little bit, I think that's going to be massive for them.
It's a block at the net. Mohawk keeps the play alive, however. Now Mohawk's going to set up. Fanshawe with some good defense. And Janelle Albert's just going to send it over.
Yep.
And there's a great play at the net by Dakari Gennaro. Finding the open spot.
That's a nice hard tip into one, and that'll score a little bit.
Yeah,
Sure.
perfectly placed right into the open spot on the Fanshawe side. And that drops straight down for Mohawk point. Here's Fanshawe setting up. That one going towards Janelle Albert.
So that's what you can do really well is blow up hands. So the outside hand, right off it, knock the antenna over. Easy point for.
Oh, there's a serve by Rafferty.
No one, I don't think anyone called for.
Now the whistle wasn't blown, so a little too early.
That's all right. These girls are going to be nervous. You won a national bronze last year, that's fine.
Yeah, a lot
Still-
of pressure.
It's still provincials. It's still this is a big deal.
There's a nice block at the net
Great
by
up by
Fanshawe.
Kinsley.
And now that one's going to Janelle
Another one.
Albert. And Mohawk playing some good defense. There's Fanshawe setting up now.
Oh,
Albert.
another one.
A lot of power behind that one, but again, some good defense. by
Kinsley, you
Mohawk.
got to be kidding me.
Emily McKeggern getting that point, hitting it off the block. It goes out of bounds.
So my goodness. Kinsley with 3 incredible ups there. Last one, a full swing into 5 on Janelle. My goodness.
There's Fanshawe again in a
There's
big
Kuiper.
block at the net by Kuiper.
Again, this is a trap game, right? Mohawks come out with a lot of energy. Fanshawe, surprisingly a little shell-shocked here. But like the assistant coach said, they do have a couple of rookies in here, right?
Yeah, a couple nerves maybe on Fanshawe's side, and
What's up?
Mohawk, you got to give them a lot of credit. They're coming out playing with a very quick start to this game. Another
Got her again.
big block at the net, and we talked about it before the game. Mohawk's defense might make a big difference, and it's making one
Early
right
timeout
now.
for Fanshawe.
And there's the first timeout. Mohawk really keeping this Fanshawe team on their heels, and the defending champs are shell-shocked at the start of this first set. It's 8-3 for Mohawk.
That's what all you can ask from Coach Matt Schnarr is this kind of start.
So what led to this good start by Mohawk? What's really the key difference so far to start this game?
Well, we touched on it is energy. They've brought an incredible amount of energy right at the beginning, and that's led by Kinsley with that defense. It just breeds energy. When you get that incredible dig, when you get that ball that you shouldn't get up, it just, everyone loves it. Everyone does, and everyone feeds off it.
And like you said, one of the things they have to do if they're going to win is keep Janelle Albert quiet, and I think we can say they've been doing a really good job to start off this game.
Yeah, Janelle had that one score on the outside hand. Other than that, there's a couple tip and rolls that they've dug, and that one big shot that Kinsley dug as well.
Gennaro to serve for the Mountaineers.
We're ready to resume action. It's going to be Dakari Gennaro at the line to serve for Mohawk. We're resuming after that Fanshawe timeout. Here's Fanshawe setting
Out.
up.
Wow.
Janelle Albert trying to get the cross-court hit there, catch the line maybe, but too much power behind it.
Gennaro to serve for the Mountaineers.
It's out of bounds, and Gennaro
Do you
will
see
serve
how
again.
scary that is, though?
It is. I wouldn't want to stand in front of that ball for sure. It's a lot.
It's more, way more. Oh, nice tip.
A very nice tip there
Really
by,
nice tip by Hardy.
Yeah, Kim Hardy. Getting that over the blocks. And that's a big point for Mohawk. Let's see if they can build off of it. Janelle Albert at the line to serve. It's a backwards set.
Out.
And a big block at the net by Fanshawe.
There we go.
Well, they're starting to get things going here coming out of that timeout.
So they loaded up on Kuiper there on the right side. Ball a little bit inside, maybe. Got to push to the antenna. Really.
And that serve by Albert ends up in the net. Mohawk get the point. And now Kuiper is at the line serving.
I don't expect this start by Janelle to continue. She has incredible bounce back ability. So you see a missed serve there. Last ball was crossing out, nice dig.
Now,
See how big and physical Fanshawe is at the net, though.
now Fanshawe setting up their attack. Another good defensive play there by Mohawk. Tip at the net. Fanshawe gets to
Nice
that
tip
one.
and roll coverage.
Now
Oh,
that
nice
one's
60
going to
right.
Albert. And a very nice tip there by Janelle Albert.
So when you have a Janelle Albert who swings so heavily and then she uses something that's off speed, it's incredibly tough because you know you're on your heels waiting for that ball to hit you in the chest.
Almost like a changeup in baseball, you would say. Just catching that defense off guard with that tip.
As that ball sails out of bounds, we got an 11-6 start here for Mohawk.
Let's see if they can keep it going. Now it's Emily McEachern at the line to serve. Albert gets to that one.
Another dig. Pipe.
Kinsley Child, the libero, and we mentioned it. She's a very good defensive player. Leads the team in digs, and there's Janelle Albert starting to get things going.
So Janelle's starting to find it, right? Finding it a little bit in the backcourt, using a little more off speed right now.
Back to serve for the Falcons.
It's good, 11-7. You can see how well both teams transition to offense, though, out of defense. It's really impressive to watch. Nice
Child
pass.
getting to that serve.
Yep.
And a very good attack. Quick attack there by Mohawk.
If Mohawk can establish the middle like that and keep going, they're not going to be able to cheat on Kuiper. They're not going to be able to cheat on their outside. So we'll see how this goes. It's good. Good start.
Now here's Laura. It's Grace Mazur serving. There's a backward set, a little too
Yeah, that's
far.
No touch. Uncharacteristic errors, right, from Fanshawe. That's 2 timeouts early. He's got nothing left.
2 quick timeouts there for Fanshawe.
Wow.
And Mohawk, a lot of credit to them. They're really keeping the defending champions on their heels.
So now what Mohawk gets to be able to do with having 2 timeouts left is they get to allow, if Fanshawe goes on any sort of run, you're going to see Matt Schnarr call a timeout.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing for Jeff here is he has none left.
Yeah, so it's right now his team's got to come out strong in this
Right?
timeout.
You have no
come
more
back quick.
chances, and it's good to give your it's good to give your team a chance. You always have to give your team a chance, and down 6 early, yeah, I'll live with that timeout for sure, and live with the results from the rest of the set.
So we did see, however, coming out of that first timeout, as you mentioned, Janelle Albert wasn't going to be quiet for too long. She got a lot of points coming out of that timeout. Still, Mohawk's finding a way to get around that. They're playing really well.
She had a nice 60 run from the backcourt, and then a nice little cut shot into one at a pipe. You'll see her try and carve her way back into her swing, and then really unload on some front court balls here.
So coming out of the timeout, here's the serve
Nice
by
pass.
Missouri.
Oh. Ooh, yep, that's 2.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble there by Fanshawe.
Mohawk blocking really well right now. Getting touches on a lot of balls here. Nice pass.
Here's the attack set up by Fanshawe. Block at the net. Good hustle to keep the ball alive. And
Put
some
it
good
over.
defense once again by Mohawk.
Touches.
Mohawk setting up again. A tip at the net. And a bit of a
Middle.
rally starting to brew here. Backward
nice
set. And again, some good defense. And who else to end that rally? A powerful hit by Janelle Albert.
So, and she's really smart. So it's a middle serving on the other side. So that's not Kinsley digging over there. That's the middle. So she knows if I get a chance at a shot here, I'm putting it into 5, and I put a little pace on it. It's tough as the middle coming in. You only defend 1 time, right?
There's Mohawk setting up off the serve.
Nice dig.
Hit down the line, but good defense by Fanshawe. That one
Kiana
going
Lee
towards
playing
Janelle.
really good defense.
Albert. It tips off the net. And Mohawk
Oh,
still
wow.
get to it. And
So if Mohawk's scoring on those kind of balls, those high balls, out of system balls, this is going to be a long game for Fanshawe. They're going to feed off that stuff. You'll hear Matt Schnarr on the sideline, chew on it, chew on it. I can just hear that in the back of my head as he's just, at any high ball I've ever gone up for, chew, chew, chew. Oh. Inside. Got
And
it.
that is a beautiful attack there by Fanshawe. Almost no chance for that Mohawk defense.
So that's where you put your hand over your head, because that's over top. She went right over top of the block, in between 6 and 1. It's almost undefendable. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was just a clean hit there by Janelle Albert.
Free ball.
Well, there's a free ball. Good chance to set up an attack here for Mohawk.
Nice pipe run.
And a nice shot right down the sideline by Janelle Albert to get that point. And now Matea Deliri is up the line to serve for Fanshawe. Starting to gain a bit of life here in the first set, coming out of that timeout.
Yeah.
Fanshawe setting up. That one's going towards Janelle
Nice
Albert.
up again, Kinsley.
And Kinsley's there to get to it.
Touches.
Ball again towards Albert. Mohawk setting up now.
Good rip. Oh, it's another great dig.
And now it's another free ball. Good chance
Yep.
to set up, but a foul called.
Just came out a little wrong, right? When you see that little extra stuff. Yeah, she's going to call a double on that one. Great rally, so oh my gosh, right?
Yeah, so far putting on a show in this first set. A couple good rallies we got to witness. There's a serve by Deliri. And that's going to end up being a
That
free
scores
ball.
again.
But
That's what I'm telling you. If they score on these high balls and out of system balls, it's going to be a long day for Fanshawe. You really got to defend on that ball.
that was a perfectly placed shot, catching the back line. Very accurate. And Mohawk's been doing a really good job of answering the Fanshawe points, coming right back with a point of their own.
I would
Now here's a
I would
quick tip
avoid
of the net.
Raycroft on any serve receive. She's about as solid as it gets.
So Child getting into that one. And there's a block at the net by Fanshawe. Mohawk keep it alive, however.
Nice
Backwards
pipe run.
set. And that's
Wow.
going to clip
Error.
the net. That's an error. And you've been mentioning it. Those errors are hurting Fanshawe right now.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so you're seeing the best attacking team all year uncharacteristically making a couple errors here. And it has a lot to do with they're having a very tough time scoring on Mohawk right now.
And Mohawk's doing a really good job of slowing down the best attack of in the OCAA this year. There's this powerful hit by Janelle Albert. And Kinsley Child, one of the best liberos, went for that ball, and even then, she caught a piece of it and went straight out of bounds. That just shows the amount of power that comes from that arm.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you just live with a swing, say good swing, move on to the next one.
There's a serve that clips off the top of the net. A nice dive there to keep it alive. Now Fanshawe's going to set up. That one's going towards Albert.
Yep.
And that is just a very accurate hit. Right down the sideline, no one to get to it. And she's doing a good job of finding the open spots on the Mohawk side right now.
Yeah, Fanshawe putting on a little run here.
Served by Rafferty. Mohawk setting up. Cross court
Another
hit.
great dig.
Well defended. And
And so those are those beat shots, those carving shots that she's got as well, right? Whenever she goes off speed, you can't expect off speed there.
Yeah.
That's a great shot inside the attack line, right into 4.
Once again, very accurate. Here's Mohawk trying to find an answer
Nice
to this Fanshawe run. Kind of league into that. And that tip
I think Matt's going to need a
lacked a bit of
timeout.
power. It ends up in the net.
I'm surprised right now, right? That's 4 straight points for Fanshawe.
Yep.
That Matt's not calling a timeout here.
Yeah, just a 2-point difference now. They were down by 6 earlier in the set. Just served by Rafferty again. Mohawk's going to set up. Good defense by Fanshawe. That one's going towards Janelle Albert. And
Nice.
Kinsley Child getting to that one. Another good rally starting to
Out
brew
of
here
system
between
high
these
ball
two
to Janelle.
teams.
Yep, off the block. You see second time through for Janelle here, a little different story, right? There's the timeout that I thought was coming last point.
So Fanshawe bouncing back after that second timeout they called. They're right back into this first set. They were down by 6, now only trailing by 1. Let's see what Mohawk can do coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, I mean, Matt maybe was 1 point slow on that. I might have called that in 4 straight points on 15-17, but yeah, there's not much you can do when Janelle's swinging like that, right? Like, you're getting 2 up on her. She's going over top, high hands. All you can do really is just try and defend. Try and defend the best you can, get a touch on it. But then now you're out of system. Now you're sending over a free ball, and now she gets an in-system ball again. That's what makes Fanshawe really, really tough.
And you mentioned it, she's doing a really good job of mixing up her shots. Sometimes she'll put a lot of power behind it, and sometimes she'll catch them off guard with some...
She was a little amped up. She's going for everything with pace every single time. Now she's starting to use her loft speed and then swing as well. So she's found her rhythm here.
So we're ready to resume action following the Mohawk timeout. It's going to be Ashley Rafferty serving once again. Now Mohawk's setting up, and 3 players waiting for that one at the net. A nice block.
So Mohawk's serve receive right now is leading to this run here in this rotation. They're leaving the ball a little inside, so the setter's getting to drift towards 4, and that's allowing Fanshawe right now to load up.
And
there's a serve ace right there.
An ace right there. Ashley Rafferty just doing a really good job of being consistent. She's keeping the ball in bounds, giving her team a chance on every serve.
7 straight points here.
And there she goes once again, Ashley Rafferty at the line. Another good serve and another ace, back-to-back aces. And that's 3 points in a row coming out of that timeout. Would you call another timeout right away or wait a bit?
Yes. Yes, I would. I maybe would have on that point. Definitely if they win this point.
Here's the Mohawks setting up off the serve. Fanshawe with some good defense. That one's going towards Kiana Lee.
I'd call one again.
She gets that through the blocks, and
Schnarr's going to make a sub here.
After a slow start, Fanshawe showing why they're the defending champs. They're coming out firing, and they're now up by 3.
Right, so, and give credit to Jeff there. That's timeout 13-7. Right, they have none left. This is all coming from momentum and no major coaching. Yeah, that's a good swing.
Another big
really good swing offhand. But they needed that really badly.
Yes, a big point there for Mohawk, putting an end to that big run by Fanshawe. Now here's Gennaro at the line of serve.
You got to avoid her.
Backwards set.
Nice up.
And some good defense there by Mohawk. And then a big block at the net by Kiana Lee. Fanshawe getting a couple of big blocks on this run. They're defending the net really well right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Fanshawe's being really physical at the net. Drifting again so they can double up. Nice swing again.
Getting that one off the blocks and out of bounds. So
outside hand, right? When you don't have an open swing, when 2 are loading up on you, that's where you want to swing, either high and deep or that hard at that outside hand. That's scored for twice now.
So here's
McEachran,
yeah, Amanda Kuiper.
That's a big serve. What a pass.
It's a backward set for Lee. Hits off a couple blocks. Now Mohawk setting
pipe
up.
Out of that nice swing. Oh.
There's a tip. It's blocked.
Recycle it. Yeah.
Good job of keeping that
Coach
play
Nelson
alive.
ready for the 60.
That's going to be a free ball. Chance to
good swing.
Yeah,
called it in.
And they're calling it in. Yeah, just catching the sideline on that one. A good hit.
Really good swing.
Just a 1 point difference. Mohawks still have 1 timeout left. A good serve there by Kuiper. Attack by Lee.
So you're going to get a free ball here. Ooh, good swing.
Mohawk with some good defense.
Oh, that's out.
And that's just out of bounds. It's now a 2 point lead for Fanshawe in the closing moments of this first set.
Lauren Raycraft is establishing her dominance in this game right now, the libero for Fanshawe. She is serve receiving really well.
Nice block at the net. Mohawk scramble. That's going to land for another Fanshawe point, and that timeout's not coming right now.
Yeah, there it is.
And there it is. A 3-point lead for Fanshawe. Boy, did they bounce back after that 13-7 timeout.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, they got a couple of rookies, right? Young girls. First time in the provincial setting. It's gonna rattle anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, there's gonna be nerves, regardless of who you are. There's gonna be nerves.
The nerves look like they're a little gone now. Fanshawe looking like they've looked all season. Dominating team, and they really bounced back well in this first set.
If math would come back to me, I think that's a 12-3 run for Fanshawe right now.
Yep.
Mohawk's got it in tough, right?
Yeah, Mohawk slowing down a bit after that really good start they had.
So they're not playing with that same energy, right? And when you're not scoring on those out-of-system balls like they were, it is going to be tough for them. And the Fanshawe is applying a lot of service pressure right now. So now you're not being able to establish the middle at all. Now you're going to the outside pins with 2 blocks. So unless you're swinging on that outside hand, it's going to be tough to score on this Fanshawe.
There's a serve by Sophia Shakinski.
One. Got it.
And Mohawk getting a big point there coming out of that timeout.
So you see what they did there. They ran the middle 30 away, opened up a single block on the right side. Really good run out of timeout for Matt and Mohawk here.
Emily McEachern up the line to serve now for Mohawk.
Now you got Emsley in the front for Mohawk as well. Let's see if she can steal a couple points here. Yep, ball's off.
Here's Fanshawe setting up.
Gotta swing hard.
There's a set. Mohawk scrambling a bit. And we'll get it over. Battle at the net right now.
This is outrageous. The whole point's been inside the attack line. Oh, good rip.
And there's a very nice hit. A big point for Mohawk. So that's back-to-back points coming out of that timeout.
Listen, that's a phenomenal run by Guyver in transition to the middle. Oh my gosh. Really good 50
You can see the emotion in those Mohawk faces after getting that point. Really excited about that one. It's just a 1-point game now and a very close first set. Hits off a couple blocks.
Wow.
The point's going to go to Fanshawe. What happened there?
I wouldn't have been happy with that net call either at that point in time, but if she brushed it a little bit, you gotta call it. Game point.
A good serve.
Oh my gosh, Kinsley, how did you dig that?
Yeah, Kinsley Child, a couple nice digs so far in this first set.
Raycroft is playing incredible volleyball right now.
Oh, is Mohawk setting up their attack?
That's over. Yeah, set it up.
Good chance to set up now for
30,
Mohawk.
good run.
A very good hit, but some good defense there by Fanshawe. They'll keep it alive.
Yeah, really good pass.
A good rally here,
oh,
but that's going to end up out of bounds.
No touch. Emsley yet to get going. Yep, 25-22 win for Fanshawe in the first set over Mohawk. That was a really good comeback. That was really impressive.
That was a very impressive first set and really promising for what's coming up in this game.
Yep.
That was a very hard-fought set, and Fanshawe pulling off a really nice comeback there. It looked like Mohawk was running away with it at the start of the first set. Fanshawe came right back, went on a nice point streak, and that's why they came out on top, 25-22 in that first set, take an early lead in this game.
Yeah, you saw Janelle take over there. When she got to front court, they went on that run. They applied a lot of service pressure, a lot of out-of-system balls for Mohawk. And you have to get out of those serve situations. Just any way you can score the ball there, you have to score the ball. They weren't able to. Janelle scored, and you got 25-22 Fanshawe. Yeah. We don't have stats, live stats. I'm pretty sure Janelle probably had about 10 of those points.
Yeah, she definitely had a big impact on that first set. That's definitely worth mentioning. Now for Mohawk, how do you bounce back going into the second set after losing such a close first set?
Well, you don't lose belief. So you came out firing with lots of energy, and you closed the set pretty well in the last like 5 points there. Those were competitive points. So you get back to that. No more runs. That's all he's going to say in this huddle here. Try and get the middle swings. They were scoring really well in the middle. You can't allow those runs. You can't allow big runs like that, right? Those are killers in volleyball. Killers, killers, killers. So you got to get over it now. It's in the past. You move on, and you go out and ball in the second set. Yeah.
So what led to that Fanshawe run? Because Mohawk's defense was really shutting down that Fanshawe attack.
Yep.
And after that timeout that we mentioned, 13-7.
So they got stuck in a rotation where Janelle was in front court, and she was able to swing away on their smaller middle and their smaller right side. I think Kuiper was in the front there. So when she's blowing up hands, it's really tough to defend off that, right? Really, really tough. And when she's swinging hard and then carving shots and doing everything that she does, you got to make sure when she, and it's tough, right? It's way easier said than done.
Yep.
But when she's in the front court, you got to find a way to get out of that rotation. You have to. And unfortunately, credit to Fanshaw's serving is there as well. They applied really good pressure.
Yeah, Ashley Rafferty served for a while there during that point run. And she stayed really consistent with her serve, even got back-to-back aces during that run.
Right, and not even just consistent, right? That's that service pressure where you're not passing 3s and 4s anymore. It's 1s and 2s. You have 1 option, 2 options where you just have to set a high ball somewhere. And then Fanshawe, big physical at the net. You're able to load up on the left side. It's really tough to score on them. It is. It's both ways. It's tough to score on both teams.
So now here's
really good first set, though.
Yep.
That's what Provincials is all about, buddy.
Very exciting second set coming up. Here's Nicole Croft with the serve. Fanshawe setting up quickly, but too much power behind that one. It's out of bounds.
So that was one of Kim Hardy's first sets in system. That was a perfect pass. Setter had all her options, went to Hardy, just missed out the back. That was a good run.
Another serve by Croft.
Oh, wow. Come
and
on.
A bit of a scramble, but Fanshawe keep it alive. Great play there. And a block at the net, but Mohawk at the point.
There's Emsley.
So looking a bit like the start of the first set, Mohawk jumping to a quick start.
Emsley scoring in that. Janelle almost got that outside hand and brought that ball back in. Just a little too much on it. What a serve.
And there's an ace for Nicole Croft.
Got another 3-0 start here for Mohawk.
And Croft will earn another serve at the line. Here's her 4th. Received by Fanshawe's libero, and that one's going to Janelle Albert, who tips it. Good defense by Mohawk, but it's going to be a free ball. A good chance to set up an attack.
That's a tip. Oh, that scores.
A very clever tip there by Kim Hardy.
So that had to have been in the scouting report from Matt, is that Hardy likes to tip really tight to the net into 4. So he's going to have to adjust there. He's going to have to leave the left side as that serve misses. He's going to have to leave that left side, not cheating in so much, and a little bit farther back into 4.
So that serve ending up in the net, and now it's Kaylin Emsley to serve.
Oh, that is a tough, tough serve.
You mentioned it before the game. Emsley is
Nice
really
set.
good with her serves. Fanshawe scrambling a bit.
Oh, nice swing.
Good hit. Now Fanshawe set up, but that tip by Hardy is going to end up in the net.
Again, what a start from Mohawk here, right?
Yeah, Mohawk once again to a quick start. Will they be able to keep it up throughout the set? However, this time got away from them a bit halfway through the first set.
Oh my gosh.
There's another beautiful serve by Emsley.
What?
It's blocked at the net.
No, I don't agree with that one.
Two-touch call.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, like, I thought they were calling them less. So if basically you're going in the same direction and it's got a little bit of spin on it, they do leave it a little bit, but they call that one.
Child
That
getting
ball
into
was
that
sailing
one.
out. Kinsley played it. She'll score anyway.
Off the blocks and out of bounds.
McEachern is scoring really well. She's swinging on the ball really well right now.
Now, Daiquiri Gennaro will serve for Mohawk. Fanshawe setting up off the serve. A nice block at the net. Kiana Lee hitting that one, but Croft is there to get to it.
So good defensively, both sides. Yep.
And that point is going to Mohawk.
Fanshawe does a really good job of actually getting triple blocks on the middles in transition. Something that I would absolutely never be able to do as a player. But really well done. That's a good system from Jeff.
He's setting up a tip at the net and a bit of a campfire there for Mohawk. It lands between all the players.
And you can just see the look on Matt Schnarr's face. He hates those balls scoring right in front of you. Someone's got to go for that ball.
Yep. Here's Kiana Lee with the serve. Child gets to that one.
That's another good swing.
McEachern.
Wow, come on.
And what a
Unreal.
play defensively by Fanshawe, keeping
Inside.
that one alive. That looked like another point for McEachern. And
Raycroft is
great hustle.
playing unbelievable volleyball. Nice set. Oh my gosh. Again, dug by Raycroft.
Again, some great defense by Fanshawe.
Nice roll.
Kinsey
Another
Child
big for
getting to
Kinsey.
that one.
Another right
Backward
side
set
ball.
by
Again.
Croft.
Got her again.
A block.
Great off.
And this rally is insane right now. Who's going to get this point? A lot of energy is going to be caused by whoever gets this point. Croft, she's going to set up McEachern. And the rally is going to continue.
Great.
No, Albert tipping it over. Now Croft, she's going to set up McEachern again. A tip at the net.
This is unreal. This is unreal. Free ball again. Everyone's exhausted. My legs are tired.
This is what we're here to watch. This is the OCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, and it's rallies like this.
I don't know how
fans
anyone's
wanna
going to
see.
score with like leg. Oh my, that's really okay. Nice fix.
And again,
oh my
this
gosh.
who's going to get the point here?
What a swing.
And what a big point there for Fanshawe.
Heska. My goodness.
I wish
Look
we
at
had-
both sides exhausted. Take a little extra break on the serve here.
I wish we had the amount of time that rally lasted.
I was going to say.
That went on for a while. A big point there for Fanshawe. That should give them a lot of momentum, winning big rallies like
that's
that.
huge. That's in.
And a beautiful serve. Catching the right corner with that one. That was perfectly placed by Kiana Lee for an ace. And she'll get to serve once again. Her team down by 2.
Yeah, those rallies are momentum changers, but you got to go.
And we're seeing it right now. That's now 3 points in a row for Fanshawe. Another good serve by Kiana Lee.
And if there is one weak spot in Kinsley's game, it is her hands on serve receive. She's incredible with her platform, incredible with her forearms, athleticism off the charts. But those hands and those tough those floats, she bunches up her hands rather than really going at it.
A nice dig there by Janelle Albert.
Nice up.
Child's going to send it towards McEachern.
What a swing.
And very nice cross-court hit there.
McEachern's bailing Mohawk out right now out of system. She's swinging really well.
Yeah, they're looking for her a lot, too, when they're setting up those attacks. You
Somehow
can see it.
Raycroft didn't dig that because she's dug everything so far this game.
She's been having a very good game defensively. There's the serve by Kuiper. They're going to set up Lee with that one, and she powers it through the blocks.
Yeah.
For a Fanshawe point.
Just got to press a little bit more at the net there. But that was a very nice swing.
And now Terea Heshka, the one that put an end to that long rally. She's at the line to serve. Kinsley Child gets to that one.
Another swing.
Now,
what
Lee
an up.
hitting that one. Great defense by Kuiper. McEachern's just going to tip it over. That's a free ball. Fanshawe setting up their attack.
Oh
They're
my
gonna set up
gosh,
General
got
Albert.
nice hands.
Good block there.
Swing hard.
McEachern sending that one, but libero
Little
Raycroft
slide. I don't think that touched. Yep.
And that clipped the net. So that's 4 touches, and that's a point for Mohawk.
It's another long competitive rally, right?
And it's been like that almost all game. This is a very close matchup between these two teams. And
Grace Mazur was left outside there on Janelle and got a nice touch, slowed down the ball enough that we could defend out of it.
And made a nice stop
Oh my
there.
gosh,
And look at
Kinsley.
that power. But Kinsley Child able to get to it. And
Look at
McEachern sends it over. And good defense
Free
there
ball.
by Mohawk. A nice dive by McEachern.
Nice run. Wow.
And a nice tip at the net to keep that ball alive. Another good rally between these two teams.
She'll swing. Oh.
And kind of Lee sending that one into the net. So Mohawk getting the point. They're up by 3 now. And Kaylin Emsley.
Man, this is a good brand of volleyball.
McEachern.
If you want high-level volleyball, you've come to the right place. This is really good volleyball.
Yeah, both teams putting on a show right now in this first game.
Oh my
Set,
God.
and oh my. No chance on that one for Mohawk. You cannot blame them when the ball's coming with that much speed. It's a
And you
little
can-
hard to react to
And
it.
you can see Matt Schnarr on the sideline. Kinsley, come on, just a little. You got it. That was a.
That was a beautiful cross-court hit by Janelle Albert. The backward set. Hits off a block. Fanshawe scrambling a bit. And Mohawk's going to send it over. Here's Fanshawe setting up their attack. They're sending that one towards Janelle Albert, and she gets that through the blocks.
Yeah, Missouri a little late on the close to Janelle. Drifting a little bit. And she, right off the hands, that'll score. 10-9, and this is, again, these are the rotations, right?
Yep, and
Janelle's
that's
in 3 here. You got to get out of these 2 rotations.
yeah, and
Whenever
that's
she's in the front, you got to do whatever you can to score the ball.
it's the
Nice swing.
rotation where Fanshawe made a lot of damage last set.
Nice dig on the C ball.
And
Someone's on the net.
a great block there by Kim
Yeah.
Hardy, but yep,
Yep, they called her on the net.
Fanshawe disagrees, but I mean, you saw it from here.
Hardy didn't like it. It might have been the ball. Might have been the ball hitting the tape, then hitting her hand, but regardless, point Mohawk.
Yeah, good point for Mohawk there.
Leading 11-9 in the second.
Now Grace Mazur will serve.
That's a good serve.
Fanshawe
Janelle passes
setting
really
up.
well outside her body.
Good job there by McEachern to get to that one. They're gonna set up Emsley there.
Another dig for Kuiper.
And that's gonna be a free ball. Fanshawe setting up.
Oh, nice pipe run. Yeah, oh, it's out.
And that's out of bounds. As Heshka unable to catch the line with that one.
I really like those pipe runs out of the backcourt in system. So your middle blocker, you'll either run at 50 or 30, and your pipe will go to the offside. And it's really tough for the middle to go up, down, then back up for that pipe.
They're gonna set up Janelle Albert. That's off the blocks. And out of bounds.
It's just too much, right? Sometimes you just say, yeah, good swing.
Sometimes it's too much power to handle.
Yeah,
And
you can see why she's player of the year, though. Oh my gosh.
you definitely do. There is so much power behind that arm, but also the way she mixes it up. She's a very smart player,
Oh,
too.
very smart, yeah. She has Kinsley's hands again.
Yep, you mentioned it, struggling a bit with those serves. That took an awkward bounce off her hands.
Yep. So, I mean, that's one where if you're Emsley, you might send that free ball over, even though you've heard every day of your life for the past couple of years Matt Schnarr say chew on it.
Yep.
But you live with that. 12-11.
Now, here's another serve by Ashley
See, there's
Rafferty.
Kinsley on her forearms. Perfect pass. Oh, that'll score.
And that
Wow.
ball is bobbled by Rafferty and will go out of bounds for a Mohawk point. Another
From Gennaro, that was a good tip.
Another close second set. Mohawk hanging on to their lead. Here's the serve. Albert gets to that one.
Janelle's going to have to roll it over.
And Albert sends it over. Kinsley Child sends it to Kuiper, who sets up
Another
Gennaro.
middle run.
And Gennaro finds the open spot. Gets that point for Mohawk, and they're now up by 3. Near the halfway point of this first set.
Sure about throat lozenges.
Now they're
Oh
gonna
my
instead
gosh.
of Janelle Roy, and oh my. Is there any way to really block those? I mean, they've been...
Unless you're up somehow above her ball. No, you're trying to soft block this stuff, and hopefully it deflects in the court. When she's swinging that hard and that high, it's tough.
Gennaro hitting that one.
Nice
a
dig
good
by her.
dig.
Oh.
Lee gets that through the blocks.
Yeah.
And Hardy there to finish the
And that's
job
when
at the
Hardy's
net.
size comes into play, right? Big physical at the net.
Yeah, a lot of
Nice,
height.
easy, tight ball. Put that down.
Albert, back to serve.
There's now Albert at the
Canada
line.
Lee's playing really well.
And
Oh, come on.
she served that one
Good effort.
towards Kinsley Child, and you said it, that's probably one of her weak points is off the serves, and once again, that one hitting off Child and going out of bounds.
Yeah, so Kinsley in this set struggled a little more than last set. There's another one. That's a good one.
And right now, do you think
That's
Fanshaw's
tough.
purposely serving that towards Kinsley Child?
Yeah, so whenever you see that, right, you go at something, you go out of weakness until it's fixed. So until Kinsley, and that's a good timeout here for Matt Schnarr.
Yep.
Until Kinsley proves now to Fanshawe that she's going to start passing these hard floats at her high shoulders and hands, yeah, they're going to keep going at her. Yeah.
So, looking a lot like the first set, Mohawk off to a quick start, Fanshawe coming back into it, and we're tied. We're almost tied here. Just the 1 point separating these two teams. It's a very close matchup. And in your opinion, how does Mohawk hang on to their lead this time?
So you got to get out of this rotation like we talked about. Whenever, and now Janelle's in the backcourt. But whenever she's in the front court, you somehow cannot let them go on runs. That means you have to be perfect in your serve receive, so you have all options that you can score on. If you get caught out of system setting high balls when Janelle's in the front, she's going to get a high ball swing out of that regardless. She's going to get the ball in transition. So it just makes your life a lot tougher when you can't fully serve receive out of 4 and a 3.
We're just about ready to resume action. 15-4 in the second set. A reminder, Fanshaw's currently in the lead after winning a close first set, 25-22. And here's Janelle Albert to serve.
Wow.
And a perfect serve.
And that's high IQ, right?
Yep, that's
really
the
high
IQ we were talking about. She's a smart player, a very talented player, and
She came out of there thinking, knowing Kinsley would expect a hard float at her. Went soft.
yeah, completely caught
nice
that
slide.
Mohawk defense off guard, and a nice attack there by Mohawk, getting that point right back. And that's Zachary Gennaro getting that point. Gennaro having a pretty good set right now.
Absolutely, she's scoring the ball. That's what you want, get touches on blocks and run stuff
Served by
in system.
Emily. Cross court
Nice
hit.
dig.
Good defense.
Oh my gosh, nice push.
Now Fanshawe set up their attack, and now Roy's just going to tip it over. And here's Mohawk setting up. That one's going to McEachern. Once again, good defense by Fanshawe.
Wow,
And then a nice
big
block
block.
at the net by Gennaro.
I think that was Gennaro again. Again, we don't have live stats. I think that's 4 or 5 points for this set. That's big.
And Gennaro really showing up for Mohawk right now in the second set. And now Kaylin Emsley will serve again.
Oh, that's a, yep, a little too much.
A little too much behind it. It goes out of bounds. And those are the kind of mistakes you want to avoid,
Yeah,
I would say, towards the end of the second set.
Especially a team like this, right? Especially when you have Janelle in the back row. You got to put as much service pressure as you can, and then now you got to transition out of stuff.
Shikinski with that serve. It was ruled out. They still touched it. And do you think that would have stayed in bounds, or
No,
just
that was
misjudged?
sailing out. You want to leave that as a C ball.
McEachern hitting that one. It
Yeah.
hits off the blocks.
McEachern is scoring really well for Mohawk on the outside.
We didn't talk
Very
about
good game.
her much before the game, but she's really having a great performance, showing up for Mohawk.
I wouldn't say Emsley's struggling, but she's struggling to score. Fanshawe is doing a really good job of loading up on her, 2 blocks on her. Oh,
She was probably
nice
in that
swing.
Fanshawe scouting report before the game. And
Deliri with a big middle kill.
good play there by Fanshawe, and Mohawk just struggling to get an edge.
And now we're going to go back and forth, right?
Really a back and forth set right now. Here's Kiana Lee with the serve.
Oh, what a pass. Nice dump,
a
Kuiper.
quick
Oh
tip.
my gosh, Raycroft.
And that completely catches Fanshawe off guard.
So that's the first dump from Kuiper I've seen. And sometimes you got to get out of those rotations. That's going to be a play that'll come back for Mohawk for sure.
Now here's Kuiper serving. A very nice serve.
Nice.
And now a great chance to set up an attack from Mohawk. They're going to set up McEachern, but that's blocked.
Oh, nice fix. Janelle, what a dig.
Now Fanshawe's going to set up.
Nope, nothing. Nobody touched. Yeah.
And the point goes to Mohawk. 4 touches called on Fanshawe. So now Mohawk gained
defense
the
there from
lead.
Mohawk.
It's 19-8 back-to-back points for Mohawk.
I
Very
can't talk about
close end.
Raycroft enough either. Every dig she has, not only is it just high and in the middle of the court, it's in system. It just allows them to run everything out of in transition. But now here we go, another error on the attack, and we got a 2-point lead for Mohawk.
So 4 touches once again by Fanshawe, and Amanda Kuiper will get to serve again. Her team up by 2 in the late moments of the second set.
So that'll come back in. Free.
And that's going to be a free ball. Here's Mohawk setting up. Kuiper's going to send it towards McEachern, and a good dig.
Left again. Oh my gosh.
And a nice block. That's tipped by Lee. It goes out of bounds. Great defense by Mohawk.
That's going to be a timeout for Jeff here in Fanshawe.
And yep, that should be
What
a
a
timeout.
block.
We still had 2 timeouts, however, so.
So that's as good as it gets right from Mohawk
Yep.
right now. You need to keep applying the pressure as long as Janelle's in the back row. She can score out of pipe. She's very good at defense, but it's different. Fanshawe's different when she's in the back. So you got to take advantage of these rotations, and Mohawk right now is doing that.
Yeah, Mohawk really playing a great defensive game, shutting down those Fanshawe attacks. A lot of big blocks on their part today. I think they are leading against Fanshawe for blocks so far.
And they're in their rotation, or they're in one right now, where Kuiper's set, like she's setting, and she's in one. So you got your right side at the front. You got your big blocks at the net right now. You have your front line that you want up there. And Janelle's in the back. So if they can steal one or two more off the serve here, we might be looking at a 1-1 in the first game here at Provincials. Oh, Jack Daly joining the fans here. Shout out to former Fanshawe Falcon Jack Daly. Ooh.
So we're ready to resume action. Mohawk up by 3, and here's a serve by Amanda Kuiper.
And that's what you wanted from Jeff, right? That's a coach's point where you lick your finger and stroke one in the air. That's
the timeout may be slowing down the momentum.
That's all he
a
could have
bit.
hoped for there. Now we got Janelle in the front, right? Down 2.
And chance to do some damage now for
Out.
Fanshawe, but that's a mistake they probably wanted to avoid there, giving that ball right back to Mohawk.
Right. Yeah, Heshka's going to want that one back for sure.
And here's Emily McEachern now, serving for Mohawk. 3 points needed to close this set.
Great serve.
Good serve.
Dump.
And that dump catches Mohawk off guard.
Mazur didn't keep her hands high enough to react to that dump. That was a really good play.
And that's a big point for Fanshawe after that mistake on the
Kinsley's
serve.
hands. Swing hard. Oh, good rip. Look at these. These are perfect digs. That's out.
And that's out of bounds.
I don't know if Rafferty on that one would have wanted to go pipe in system there. I think she might have wanted to give it to the All-Canadian outside for that one. But you live with it. 23-20 here, Mohawk.
Served by Missouri.
Yeah.
And yep, they're going to their star player, and what was a pretty important point there, and that was the right target to go to, Janelle Albert.
And she went over top of the block again, over top of Kuiper on the dig, 23-21.
There's a serve by Rafferty.
Oh, good pipe run. McEachern.
Set up McEachern.
Gotta go over.
Now Albert sends it towards
oh
Kiana
my
Lee,
gosh,
and she
dude.
gets that through the blocks.
What a swing. Yeah, timeout here from Matt.
And Mohawk's going to call a timeout. They're up by 1. They're trying to hang on to this lead. Just
So
need
whenever
2
you're
more
in
to
those
close it
20s
out.
both together and you're racing to 5, basically, to
Yep.
25, yeah, you don't want to give up the lead. You don't want to relinquish the lead. So that's a good timeout from Matt there. Good coaching. He'll draw up something here. Run an in system ball. If you can get a good serve receive out of this, run a 30 away or something. Run a seal. We'll see. Emsley's having a tough time scoring down the line because Kiana Lee is doing such a good job.
Yep.
She's reading her really well. She's backing off when she needs to. And the ability to take that line shot away right now for Fanshawe has kept them in this set. So let's see if Janelle, down 1 here in the front court, can steal this one from Mohawk. This would be a steal for
So
Fanshawe.
right now for Mohawk, they just have to basically shut down
You gotta
Janelle
serve-
Albert, which
yeah.
is easier said than done.
Right. You got to serve receive out of this, and you got to score off this ball here.
There's a serve, it's short, and then right off the serve, Hardy there to clean that up at the net.
And I mean, sure, you get upset with that, but that ball's like an inch over the tape, and then once it hits the attack line, it just drops to the ground. That's an incredibly tough serve.
Yeah, again, Ashley Rafferty just doing a really good job
Nice
of
job
serving.
there.
And once again,
That's off hands.
so a big point there for Kaylin Emsley. She's been a little quiet, but that's a big point there for Mohawk. They now have set point
So
with
now
the
that Kuiper's
serve.
in the front, they're going Croft in the back here to serve.
And Nicole Croft really good with her serve. She started
and Kuiper
off
will be
with
a nice outlet here now.
Yeah, she started off with 4 points for Mohawk at the start of this set. Let's see what she can do here. Set point.
Oh, that's in. What a shot.
And that's the player we got to watch for in these closing moments.
Back line.
That's just a huge
No,
point there.
What a shot.
It doesn't get any better than that, and that ties the set up at 24-24. So we're going to need extra points to decide this one. McEachern hitting that
that'll
one.
score.
And a friendly roll off the net there.
Oh, my goodness, McEachern.
She keeps going in this set. What a set for McEachern.
Now you got McEachern in the front, so now you got 2 good swings.
And Emsley at the line to serve.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's
Janelle,
a very good serve.
you got to go free.
And
That's out.
it's out of
Don't do it.
bounds. So Mohawk answer, and they come out and win this second set. Another close one, 26-24. What a game.
Trap
What a
game.
show.
That's what I call it at the beginning. It's a trap game. We got a 1-1 game here. Ooh, I love provincial volleyball, buddy.
Yes.
This is good stuff. This is about as good as it gets.
I'm loving the action we're seeing right now. It's definitely the 8 best teams in Ontario that we have participating in this tournament right now. And it really shows how you can't really rely on what happened during this season. We're looking at
A 17-1 team, right? Going up against 11-7.
a 17-1 team going up against an 11-7 team, and both teams just look so evenly matched. Mohawk just with an incredible set, getting that win, and we now have a 2-2 game. I mean, a 1-1 game.
Yeah.
And
As we go through all these replays, we're reliving the last 2 sets of high-performance volleyball.
One thing to mention, too, is the amount of rallies that we've seen that have gone for a while.
Yeah, so you see that a lot more in women's volleyball. It's more of transition stuff in women's.
Yep.
Versus men, you have big 6'9", 6'10" guys that go up and just spank a ball and then can't defend in the back row like I could. In women's, personally, it's actually more entertaining for me. It's a more entertaining brand of volleyball because you get those exciting points, right? Like that one point that we had was how many times did it go over the net? Like
Probably went on for
25
like
times,
4
right?
minutes. Yeah, it was.
Right, it's like watching a
incredible
rally in
action.
tennis between Nadal and
Yep.
Federer. And, oh yeah, here we go. We got another 40-point ball rally. It's really entertaining stuff. It's fun to watch.
So how big is this third set coming up? A chance to get that 2-1 edge?
Huge, yeah, it's huge. To come back from 2-1 down's tough. Mohawk did a really good job to make sure that they didn't have to come back now from 2-0 down.
Yep.
If Mohawk can steal this one, you might have to live with a 5th set, because I don't believe Fanshaw's going away easily here at all, right? They're the #1 team
Definitely
in the
not.
West, national bronze last year,
Yep.
provincial gold last year. So there's no way they go away, and it's not like they performed badly in that set. They did have a couple errors, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did attacking the ball.
Yep.
They'll cut that out a little bit more. But yeah, they're not going away here. This game's far from over.
Definitely no way of telling who's going to come out on top in this third set. It's been an incredible first and second set, and we're just about ready to get this third set underway.
That's really good bounce back ability by Mohawk, though. Come down that first set, you were up big, right? Up.
Yep.
And you gave up that 12-3 run, and you battled all the way through. You almost won that first set, and now look at them. They're tied 1-1 in the provincial quarterfinal.
It's so exciting. You see it too with the energy both of these teams are playing with. It is a win or go home game, and it shows with the way both these teams are playing.
Oh, what a serve.
Great serve. Mohawk able to react.
Wow,
A nice dig by Raycraft.
Come on, Janelle. She almost got that again.
And that almost went inbound. Just great hustle by Fanshawe. Unfortunately, it ends up out of bounds, but a couple good digs.
Raycroft's going to want that one back a little bit of an off-speed shot.
Yep.
Got her outside her body. She's been playing so well and shoring up serve, receive, and everything that. Oh, what an up.
So again,
That's a good touch by Lee.
A point for Mohawk.
And another
and
2-0 start.
yeah, I think that's been a big thing for Mohawk today is their starts. They've been coming into sets, getting quick starts. Nicole Croft has been really good with her serve to get her team going. Another good serve by Croft.
Tight. That ball's out.
Yep, too much power. Trying to set up
And a 3-0
Janelle
start
Albert
here.
there, but it went over the net and out of bounds. So another good start for Mohawk. They're up 3-0 early.
This is a tough serve from Croft here. The ball dies sometimes. The ball on that one stayed up high and got outside her shoulder. Oh, look at Raycroft, though. That's money pass. That's all you can ask for.
Yep.
Right?
That's right off the serve. They set up Janelle Albert, and she does what she does best. #1 in kills this year, #1 in points, and she gets another one there.
I wish we did have live stats, because she's probably got about 12 to 15 points already.
And
That'll
that
score.
tips off the block, so a nice point there for Caitlin Emsley.
That's got to feel good for Emsley, right? She's been dug a couple times. It's always
Yep.
good to get those swing high off high hands, and then it just rolls to a spot where there's no defender.
And maybe a big set coming up for
Nice
her
serve.
here in the third, and
Gosh.
nice serve
Heshka.
by Emsley. And oh my! I think I saw smoke behind that one.
That is 2 for Janelle in a row.
Yep.
In front of Kinsley. There's nothing she can do there unless she just crashes
Yeah.
in, but those are 2
Just
next
so much
level
power.
swings.
That hits off Emsley.
McEachern swing
McEachern
hard
with a
again,
nice
right?
hit.
Oh, insistent.
And there it is. Janelle Albert right down the sideline. No one to react to that one. And that's already 3 points for her to start off this set.
So and the thing with Janelle is, so she hit that shot down the line, drifting into 1 in between 6 and 1. You can't play her down the line, because then she'll just pick away her corners. So you just have to play her straight up, and if she picks her spot like that, you got to live with it.
Albert getting
Gosh,
that one.
another
That's
big
off
serve.
the blocks. And McEachern sending that one.
Raycroft's
Raycroft.
going with that. Oh, nice set from Janelle. Be a setter too. Look at that.
And right now we're just seeing how much of an all-around player Janelle Albert is. She can set up teammates, finish off plays, great IQ.
I always used to love getting assists as an outside hitter. It was always a lot of fun setting up your buddy.
Well, there's Child, and just no one reacting to that ball. A bit of miscommunication there by Mohawk.
Yeah, Kinsley tried to set a little high ball out to the outside. It drifted inside. A little miscommunication between the left side and the middle there.
And now Fanshawe jump up to the
You can't give
5-4
Fanshawe
lead.
these easy points, right? Oh my gosh, what a serve.
A great serve, and she's been doing
Rafferty
it
is-
all day.
Rafferty's been serving really well.
Yeah.
You can't run anything in system off her serve right now.
And a lot of times, Fanshawe has been able to get on point runs off of Rafferty's
Yeah.
serve. Definitely something to
Seems like
point
an
out.
effortless motion as well. It's really nice. You sometimes don't see that from setters. And then other times they have some of the best arm swings.
Yep. So right now, a bit of a different story compared to the first and second set. Mohawk jumped up to the early lead in the first and second set, but right now Fanshawe's got control of this first set. They're up 6-4.
So these are these runs, right, that we talked about earlier that you really have to avoid for Mohawk.
Yep.
Easier said than done. But you cannot let them go on runs with Janelle in the front court especially. Right? She gets going like she has, right? She gets in system balls. She gets to crush the ball, right, on the attack line. That really gets her going.
And they did a really good job of that in the second set.
They
Not
did.
a lot of runs for Fanshawe, but right now we're seeing one right now.
And that's why you saw the timeout from Matt. You got to call it. Calm everyone down. You
Yep.
need one serve receive here. Score the ball.
Now here's Ashley Rafferty once again at the line to serve. Another good serve,
Oh, there's a good pass from Kinsley's hands.
but Fanshawe with
Nice
some good
set.
defense.
Tempo.
That goes
Oh, what a
out.
dig.
And unfortunately for her,
Just touches the
yep, just too much power behind it. It was a good dig by Kinsley Child, but it hits the ceiling.
Right, and that's also tough. So Fanshawe's gym is kind of like Canadore's. Maybe a little higher, same build. Mohawk's gym, they're used to at home games being able to just dig the ball to the sky because their roof's so high. So it's a big adjustment they have to make coming to these provincial gyms.
Yeah, you got to adjust to the new playing
There's
surface.
the off. Oh, 1-up.
What
Come
a
on.
play defensively by Mohawk, keeping that one alive. Now Kiana Lee hitting that one. And Mohawk keeping the rally alive. Now Fanshawe sending that
Oh
one
my
towards
gosh.
Albert, and she gets all of that.
Oh, I would have run 30 there.
Here's the attack, McEachern. She
Yeah,
gets
it's out.
called. Yep, we're out of bounds. I believe that hit off the antenna. And that's why the point is going to Fanshawe.
Great rally. Again, when Janelle can swing like this out of system and put the other side definitely out of system when she swings, because you can't dig that ball perfectly. You can't. It's going to be a high ball, and you're going to have to transition out of it, either high ball to your left side or your right side. You can't run middle out of that stuff.
So once again, Rafferty will serve.
I think Croft did miss a 30 there that she'd probably want back.
And that's going to go towards Emsley. They're going to set up McEachern with a tip, and good play there by Rafferty getting on that one. They're setting up Janelle Albert, and that's usually how that ends. Another point.
Right, and so this is almost expected from Fanshawe and Mohawk. When you come from such a high, right, you've just won like a set to tie up provincial quarters, and you're the underdog. You've expended almost all of your energy doing that.
Yep.
So you do expect to see a little bit of a lull. As a nice swing again by McEachern. She's got to have 10 points now at least.
Yeah, McEachern getting that one, hitting that one off the block. And she's been big for Mohawk today. The serve, trying to catch the sideline with it, and it's out of bounds.
She's always walking that fine line between putting service pressure on someone and going a little for too much.
Yep. And those are kind of mistakes that can come back and bite you in the butt.
Nice pass by Kinsley. There's a 30.
And a great
Really
block
nice help by Lee.
at the net. Hardy getting that block, and you mentioned it earlier. Her size at the net is a big advantage for her.
Yeah.
Able to get those blocks.
And it helps when you have someone as athletic as Kiana Lee.
Yep.
She helps inside, so she doesn't line up too far outside, and then she's able to adjust to the left side on her block. That's tough.
That's it. Yep, that one ending up in the net. So point for Mohawk. They're down by 5.
So let's see if Kuiper can go on a run here.
Yeah, Amanda Kuiper from Woodstock. Let's see what she can do here at the line. Excellent serve.
Oh my gosh, what a pass from Raycroft.
And Emsley able to get to that hit by Albert. McEachern hitting that
Another
one
one.
again.
Come on.
Raycroft with a good dig. Now Kiana Lee gets that through the blocks. And it drops for a Fanshawe point. And they now have a 6-point lead, starting to run away a bit with this first set. Only one timeout left for Mohawk. And when would you think of using it?
Again, kind of like what Jeff did. If Fanshawe goes on another little serving run here, you might use it early. That's off touches. Wow.
And that's going to hit off Hardy and then hit the ceiling for a Mohawk point.
That might have hit the roof of Mohawk and Nip and any high gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as we were saying before, you wait as much as you can, but if there's another run, you got to stop a run with your timeout.
Here's a serve by McEachern down the sideline. Good dig there by Raycroft.
No. Yeah.
Yep, they're giving the point to Mohawk there, 2 touches. And I must say, one of the difference I'm noticing here is between Raycroft and the libero Kinsley Child. You mentioned that off the serves, Raycroft's doing such a good job off the serve of setting up her teammates. And just a couple moments in this game where Kinsley Child's been struggling a bit with the serves.
And there's another one, right? Those are perfect passes that ball's out.
Yeah.
This is what you love to see from Mohawk, right? You love to see errors. That's what they want. Just, yeah, we'll take an error.
Yeah, those are free points you're getting. And you want to build off of those. Here's
a little momentum here for Mohawk.
McEachern serving again, going on a nice little run here.
Raycroft's service has been insane today.
It's a backward set for Kiana Lee, and she puts a lot of power behind that one.
She's really starting to get going now.
Yeah, and now here she is at the line. Let's see what she can do with her serve, with her team up by 4.
Well, that missed everything.
Yep.
A little over rotation. Oh.
Looks like we're going to get a substitution.
Subbing her out in the back row. She might have done something to her finger there. Yeah, she's going to the trainer.
Stewart checking in for the Falcons.
So Katie Stewart coming in for Kiana Lee. And Grace Mazur at the line for Mohawk to serve. So by Mazur is received by Albert, and there's the dump.
It's tough when both sides crash like that. One of your front court players has to dive over when you get a ball up like that off a dump.
Yeah, a bit of a scramble
That was a really
there.
smart dump by Rafferty, though.
It was a good play, and that gets Fanshawe the point. And now Heshka will serve.
Oh.
That is perfect. It clips off the top of the net. That is an ace for Heshka. So kind of making up for that missed serve earlier. She gets an ace right off the bat.
Ball's out.
And that one ends up out of bounds.
You see that little awkward toss for her. Happens every now and then. You live with it. You move on. 15-11 here from Mohawk to see if they can go on a run now a little bit.
So here's Victoria Paselic. Let's see by Raycroft again. But a rare miss there by Janelle Albert.
I just assumed that it was offhand. I didn't actually see. She just over-rotated a little bit. Yeah, you don't usually see her flat-out air down the line like that.
Paselic will serve once again. Albert gets to that one.
Phenomenal pass outside her body. Oh, Kinsley.
Oh, what a dig there by Kinsley. Keeping that one alive, and they're going to set up Emsley, but good defense by Fanshawe.
Oh my gosh, what an up.
And great defense by Mohawk, keeping that one alive. They're going to set up Janelle Albert, cross-court hit, and
Didn't hit the roof.
Didn't hit the roof. Good job there by Kinsley
No,
Child.
she just comes up short.
Yeah, just an unfortunate miss there by Emsley.
What a dig by McEachern, though, in the back. Stretching out one hand. Oh my goodness. We're seeing some good volleyball
Yeah,
here, buddy.
we're having a great show. This is what the fans came to see. That one off the blocks. Fanshawe keeping it alive. They're gonna set up Janelle Albert.
Oh my gosh,
And
again by
what?
McEachern.
A good job there by McEachern and
ball.
Kinsley Child.
Nothing, nope.
And that hit off the net.
Oh
What
my
a
gosh,
point.
that's 2 in a row.
Kinsley Child and
That's the kind of stuff that
Emily
defense
McEachern.
fuels that energy. Now let's see if Mohawk can use this and go on a little bit of a run again.
and that wasn't an easy stop. That was against Janelle Albert.
I'm not
so
getting that ball up. You're not getting
That's
that
just
ball
some
up.
great defense by Mohawk,
Ah, the
and
serve there,
that's
man.
been their strong point all day. Unfortunately, that serve might hurt them a bit, going right into the net. And now we have
Especially after big points like that, when you come up with a big dig, a big
Yep.
block, you hit it big,
And-
and then you miss that serve, it kind of takes all your momentum
And now
away, but
Fanshawe have who they want at the line right now. Rafferty
pass
serving.
McKinsley. Nope.
And
it's out.
trying to set up McEachern, and that's off the antenna.
And that's one of
I
McEachern's
don't know.
first errors. She's been swinging on the ball really well, really consistently, finding ways to score. You see a timeout here from
There's
Matt.
that
You don't want to let
Mohawk
the gap
timeout.
grow too much. Yeah.
So 5-point lead right now for the defending champs, Fanshawe Falcons. And they have who they want at the line to serve right now, Rafferty, who led to a lot of their big point runs. So she'll be serving coming out of this timeout. Mohawk needing to get a quick answer here.
Yeah, you need to side out this ball. You can't let this lead go over 5-6 points here if you want a chance to try and steal this set now.
Yep.
Right, it's going to take a 12-7 run as is or 12-6 run as is.
Yep.
So you got to side out the best you can. You got to side out from here, and then you got to steal some on your serve.
I got to get a couple points in a row here if you're the Mountaineers.
You can see though, so you can see from Fanshawe's side of things, it's not just Janelle.
No,
Right?
definitely
it's
isn't.
it's a complete team. Rafferty's incredible. They're oh my gosh, Raycroft is out of
Raycroft.
game. Right? They're big and physical at the net. Kiana Lee has had an incredible match so far. She's just off, I think, a little.
But yeah, she's everywhere, getting blocks, getting points for her team.
It's slide.
Really good net presence by Kiana Lee today. Now here's the Mohawk setting up. They're going to set up McEachern. Yep, there's Hardy using her height, getting that block.
So it's tough in these rotations when Amanda Kuiper's in the front and she's setting. You can only run 6-2 so much because of the switch that they do. So they load up right now. They're trapping the middle and they're loading up on the left side. And there's another one. This is the run you can't have, right? But this is Rafferty at her best.
Yep, Rafferty just taking full advantage of her serve. And I see what you're talking about. It just looks so effortless.
Right.
Definitely a lot of practice coming into that one.
Effortless power.
Yeah.
It's perfect float. And it's so tough to float with this molten ball. It's easy to spin. It is tough to float. See, that one had a little bit of backspin on it, so they're able to pass up.
There's
But
McEachern hitting that one over the blocks. But Heshka there to get it.
cross. Oh, come on, Raycroft. That's insane.
There's a nice play there by McEachern. Get to
Nice
that
set.
one. They're going to set up.
Wow,
Kuiper.
call her in the net. That's again, Raycroft is unbelievable.
Janelle back to serve for the Mountaineers.
I said Kinsley might have been the best libero in the league. This performance that Raycroft's putting on and the way she serve receives.
I agree.
Might
Right
be
now,
eating my
from
words a
what we're
little bit.
seeing, Raycroft's been outplaying the other libero. She's doing a great job
Now
of
Kinsley's
setting
also,
up that attack.
Kinsley's
right off
also
the
done
serve.
a really good job of getting those she's so athletic, right? Those
Yeah.
random balls that no one else gets up. But Raycroft is so technically sound. Everything's quiet below the shoulders. Perfect platform.
Now here's Janelle Albert serving for Fanshawe. Her team up by 7. No more timeouts for Mohawk. That one goes right into the net. So those are the errors that Mohawk kind of want.
Looked a little casual,
Yep.
but that's all right, up 6.
Now Kuiper will serve.
Nice serve.
Received by Heshka, backwards set. And almost looking effortless there for Hardy. Just tipping that one down.
Well, it's because of the trajectory of the ball is coming from so high, right?
Yep.
Like she's tall, she elevates decently well. And it's not a soft tip. She knows what she's doing.
Served
my
by
gosh,
Hardy.
what a serve.
That's received by Child. Setting up Missouri with that one. Good block. And nice dive, a hustle
Yeah,
there
you
by
have to play with
Mohawk. But it's going to be in vain. It still lands out of bounds for the Fanshawe point. And right now, kind of a big hill to climb there for the Mountaineers. They're down by 8 in the late moments of this third set.
So you've seen in the set from Mohawk too many errors.
Yep.
Fanshawe's really shored up their defense.
And good defense once again there by Fanshawe. They're going to set up
There's a good
McEachern,
set.
and yep,
She's finding a way
one-on-one
to
there.
score. It's really good.
She'll just get that off the block and out of bounds.
And like I was saying, so Fanshawe's made it incredibly difficult on Mohawk, but Mohawk's not playing with that same energy like we talked about.
Yeah, definitely looking different in this third set.
Right, it's so tough to come off that big high from a 26-24 second set win to tie it up in a provincial quarterfinal. So let's see if they can find that same energy. I'm not saying this set's over. I've seen crazier things.
Yep.
But
right now,
16.
it's going to be pretty tough for Mohawk to come back. Fanshawe only needing 1 point. And
yeah, and you see swings like that.
Yep.
Mohawk, you saw in the first couple sets, they're getting that ball up, right? They're defending hard with lots of energy. Right now, it's just a little confidence down. Nice set by Kuiper. Oh my gosh.
Setting up Emsley there. But good defense once again by Fanshawe. They're going to set up Heshka. Kuiper gets to that one.
No.
But it's going to end up
all right,
out
here
of
we go.
bounds. So there we go. Fanshawe up 2-1 now in this game. They ran away basically with this third set, winning it 25-16.
Yeah.
Bouncing back from that quick start from Mohawk.
Yeah, after a 4-0 start, right? Fanshawe established dominance there. Just played with more energy, more polished.
And I think one of the points you mentioned was Mohawk had a couple more errors than they did in the first 2 sets. And against a good team like Fanshawe, you almost want to play perfect volleyball, limit those errors.
Yeah, exactly, right? And there's a reason why they're 17-1. We talked about it. It's not just Janelle. It's everybody on their team. They're all good. They're a provincial and national caliber team.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how Mohawk bounces back. I don't think there's anything lineup-wise that Matt can really change, but we'll see.
Yeah, a couple highlights here from that third set. You just see the performance there by
Oh, I can't wait to
Janelle
see
Albert.
a couple of those Janelle swings. And
Yeah, she got, once again, a lot of points in that third set. But I agree with you. She's not the heart and soul of Fanshawe. She is obviously one of their big pieces, but it's just an all-round effort from this Fanshawe team today. A lot of pieces coming in to help. We mentioned Hardy, Kiana Lee, they're having great games. And the libero, Raycraft, she's got another libero who's very good on the other side, and she's showing she's just as good.
yeah, Raycroft, especially her serve receive. Raycroft is just, whenever you have someone like Raycroft who takes up half the court, not just a third of it, as the libero, and passes 3s and 4s all day, that allows every single one of your offense to get involved. So that means you're allowed to run those middle 30s. That means you're allowed to run 30 away and set the right side to lead. That's why she's having such a great game, because the right side does not get as many balls as if it's in system. You just can't do it, right? It's the high balls outside. If those in-system balls are there, it's going to be really tough for Mohawk to come back in this fourth set. They're going to have to find a way to put a little more service pressure on with somehow cutting out the service errors.
Yep.
Tough to do.
And if there's one thing worth mentioning right now is that Mohawk is definitely giving it their all in this third set. Right now it's win or go home. They absolutely have to win this third set or this fourth set, or their season is over.
Which is so, again, we go back to that playoff format.
Yep.
You kind of love to see, like, it's not just one game at provincials, right? I mean, teams come from all over, especially when provincials is here in beautiful North Bay, Ontario. That's a far drive for a lot of these teams. As Kuiper has a conversation with the head ref. You'd like to see them get more than one game.
Yep.
Right? 4 teams are getting one game this year. So am I going to sit here and criticize OCAA, no, I'm not going to do that. They made a decision. I would say hopefully they go back to the old way where it was not a backdoor bronze. I did like how you have to win your quarterfinal game to win a medal.
Yep.
I do like that. But let them play like 5-6 games. It's
Yeah,
good.
especially Mohawk. They're putting on quite the show today. It'd be a team that you'd love to see again in this tournament.
Right.
Oh, here's the serve by Croft, and
That was the first one.
yep, we
That's the
haven't
first
seen that all day. She's been very consistent to start off the set, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first set where Fanshawe actually gets the first point.
Yeah.
So here's Deliri with the serve. Croft is going to send that one towards Kuiper, who sends it out of bounds. So this time it's Fanshawe getting the quick start, the first 2 points of this set.
Let's see if Mohawk's got some bounce back ability, find that energy that they had in the first 2 sets.
Deliri once again to serve. Croft is going to set up Gennaro, and she finds the open spot.
You gotta love those swings from the middles where they paintbrush the ball and goes right over the block, right into the pot, and it'll score on a full swing.
Now Kaylin Emsley will serve.
Oh, it's tough. Ball died at the attack line. Nice
And
swing.
Gennaro there to get the job done at the net. So a quick bounce back there from
Right.
Mohawk.
That's
They're
what you
really
wanna
good
see.
at starting off these sets. And they answer with 2 points of their own to tie it up at 2 apiece.
And again, it's easier said than done, but when Mohawks are establishing the middle and running the middle with Gennaro here, that's where they're finding a lot of the success.
And setting up Janelle Albert. She didn't even have to look at the ball afterwards. She saw it hit off the block and she turned around. She knew that was going out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Kuiper there, you're just hoping your fingers are still intact after a Janelle swing like that. My goodness.
And right now it's Rafferty serving for Fanshawe. She's been doing great
There it is.
all day.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And it's going to stay inbounds.
Block trickled in. Linesman got it.
A
Oh,
nice
Matt
block.
agrees too.
So now Rafferty will get to serve again.
Can't let her go on a run. Easier said than done. Cannot let her go on a
You
run.
got to take the ball out of her hands if you're Mohawk.
Nice pass.
They're going to
There's
set up
another one.
Gennaro, and
There's
that's
Gennaro again. 3 in a row.
exactly what Mohawk's going to do. They're going to put an end to the serve of Rafferty.
And I like when offenses figure that out. If you got someone who's swinging well, they scored once, they scored twice, go back to her again. Make them stop her before, right? Don't stop her yourself. Make the defense stop her.
Gennaro with the serve. Albert receives that one. Now Rafferty's going to set up Kiana Lee. She gets blocked. Rafferty backwards
Tip.
set. And there's a tip by Albert, and that catches Mohawk off guard. We even called it before she did it, that she should tip that ball. And that just shows the smarts.
Right, and that's smart because she knew the middle was in 5. And predominantly these middles aren't the best defenders, right?
Well, that's tipped up by Emsley, and they're going to set up McEachern. Albert
I got
gets
an
to
out
that
system
one.
ball here.
Rafferty's sending it
tip.
up for a tip. Now Child sends it towards McEachern. Albert gets to that one. Rafferty backward set for Kiana Lee, who tips it. There's Kuiper for that one. Kuiper gets it right back. Nice tip, but Rafferty gets to it. They're going to set up Janelle Albert.
Nice dig.
Good dig there by Emsley. Now a good block by Kiana Lee. Mohawk scrambling a bit. It's going to be a free ball. Good chance to set up the attack now. Rafferty
That wasn't a pair.
sets up Kiana Lee. And a good
Get
rally between these two teams, but just miscommunication there.
Again, yeah.
Absolutely no one to get to that ball. And it's going to end up in the net. But a nice rally.
I mean, especially if you're down. So that's both sides. You take momentum out of that.
Yep.
But obviously, it's much better to win those long, long rallies. It gives you a lot of boost of energy.
You feel good, too, when you grind out those rallies and get a big point. Rafferty's setting up Heshka.
Oh, it's a nice shot. Right in the corner.
Yeah, just a perfectly placed cross-court shot there.
Heshka with a really nice shot to the corner.
Catches the line, and can't blame Mohawk on that. That's just good accuracy.
Yeah.
So that leads to the first timeout of this 4th set. A quick timeout there for Mohawk.
Right.
They don't want it to slip away from them too early. They're down by 4, 7-3 in this 4th set.
I think it's far from over. I think they're going to find some energy here.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get some digs that really ignite them, live off their defense. But this is Fanshawe establishing why they're like one of the best in the province, one of the best in the country, nationally ranked. Janelle's playing like Janelle does, like an All-Canadian, right? Like a player of the year. So Mohawk getting tough, down 4.
Both teams break their huddle. We're ready to resume action. Following the Mohawk timeout, it's going to be Janelle Albert at the line to serve again for Fanshawe. Her serve's going to be received by Kinsley Child. Croft's going to set up Missouri.
Out.
And that cross-court hit
So
is out of bounds.
They came out, and Matt wasn't super excited with Croft on the last play. She didn't set the middle in system. That time, she got an in-system ball, set the middle. It made Fanshawe swing out of system, and Lee aired out the side.
So here's Amanda Kuiper with the serve. Again, she's been doing it all game. Raycroft, good serve reception.
Yep.
And again, miscommunication.
Just missed that.
Yep, just missing that tip.
That was the right spot, but that's what Fanshawe does defensively, is they make you do a little bit extra. Both these teams do that. They make you do like a little bit extra on your shot, a little bit something you're a little uncomfortable with.
So here's Kim Hardy with the serve. That's received by McEachern, and Kuiper's gonna set up Missouri.
Oh, Janelle's playing really good defense right now in the back.
Emsley towards Kuiper, and that's
There's
hit by
another dig for
McEachern.
her.
Some good defense again. Heshka sends that one over. Set up Missouri with that one, and another good rally brewing between these two teams. And Deliri's gonna send that one out of bounds.
Yeah.
Actually, that point goes to Fanshawe.
Yeah, Missouri was on the net on that 30 run there from Fanshawe. You hate to see it, especially when the ball goes sailing out the back like that. And they get bailed out with a missed serve.
Yep, they got bailed out by the missed serve by Hardy. So point for Mohawk, and here's Emily McEachern out of Thornhill. She's at the line to serve. She's been having a good game for Mohawk.
Yeah. And so Emsley's been very good in the backcourt, digging lots of balls, being very active. She hasn't done a great job scoring the ball. Let's see if she can. Oh, Lee, what a swing.
Yep, that ball just out of the reach of McEachern.
Gosh, Kiana Lee, big time swing on the right side there.
She's having a very strong game for Fanshawe as well, and now here she is serving for them with their team up by 5.
Nice
Kinsley
pass there,
Child gets to that one.
White ball.
And they're going to set up McEachern,
Well
who sends it out of bounds. Now a couple mistakes here by Mohawk, starting to hurt them.
Right, and these are the errors that we said that can't have them against this Fanshawe team. You just can't have these easy points for Fanshawe.
When you're facing this good of a team, you really have to limit those kind of errors. And right now they're starting to hurt Mohawk. And setting up Emsley there, and she's just going to hit that one off the antenna. You did mention it, she's having a good game, but you expect a bit more attack out of Emsley.
Right, because so you've seen Emsley all through the year. She's top 5 in kills in the league, right? So she's an all-star, she's a big swinger. She finds ways to score the ball. She is struggling a little bit right now. It's sad to see, but
Emsley also the team leader in kills, and that just hasn't been the case today. And the credit has to go to Fanshawe as well. As you mentioned, they're doing a good job of watching her and shutting her down.
Correct.
Players like Kiana Lee just...
So what they've done again, they've made her uncomfortable, and they made her swing down the line more. So they've taken away cross completely with their block, and then let Lee dig down the line, and Lee has beat her all night digging down the line. So she's got to adjust, try and find a way to score, try a different shot here and there, but it's tough to do in a provincial quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Right? Easy to try stuff in practice when you can err and there's no pressure.
Definitely.
Quarterfinal, this is tough.
And it's not like a regular season game. There's so much more pressure coming into these games because you know that any mistake can make a difference. And It's just you got to play perfect volleyball every game if you're going to win this tournament.
Yeah.
Here's a serve by Kiana Lee. That's going to be reserved by
Nice
Child.
pass.
Now Kuiper's going to set up
Middle
Missouri. And that's too much power for the Fanshawe defense to handle.
So Mohawk, as soon as they're getting a perfect pass, their 6 points have been scored out of the middle, basically. So you got to keep going there. You got to keep going until Fanshawe stops that.
Dennis and Stewart checking in from the Falcons.
Everything in system right now for Mohawk should be through the middle of the court.
So Mohawk down by 6. It's going to be Grace Mazur out of Hamilton at the line to serve. Serve is received by Raycroft. And O'Leary just sending that one over. She finds the open spot, gets the point for Fanshawe. They now have a 7-point lead. And Heshka.
A really athletic play by Stewart there. Or sorry, was that Deliri?
It was Matilda O'Leary, but yes, a very good play there by her.
There you go.
And a good hit.
Right? That's a good,
Emsley.
hard, high swing from Emsley. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
See if she can get going now. One more rotation in the front.
Now here's Victoria Sawick out of Hamilton, Ontario. Her serve has too much power behind it. And again, a little bit of a mistake there by Mohawk. Those are 3 points they're giving away to Fanshawe.
Yep.
And Matea Deliri is now at the line to serve. That's received by McEachern. Now Kuiper's gonna set up Emsley.
They load up
and a
two on
good
her.
block.
Really smart play by Janelle, right?
Yeah, Janelle
There's that
Albert
IQ.
just waiting at the net for that one,
Yep.
and she's there to clean it up.
She saw Kuiper wanted to dump, right? Kuiper's front court right now. They have struggled in all 4 sets to score in this rotation. That's a heads-up play.
There's
And that's her again.
a nice block there by Janelle Albert. And you mentioned it, they like to have 3 people up there at the net.
On pipe, yeah, so absolutely. And
Yep.
I mean, at that point, McEachern's either got to swing hard and high or tip over the block.
There's a
when
nice
Raycroft's
dig
athletic enough to
by
get to those
McEachern. They're
balls,
going to
so.
set up Gennaro.
Janelle wanted another one on that slide.
And
Out.
Janelle Albert sends it out of bounds.
And that's what Mohawk's going to need right now.
And
Oh, wow,
actually, yeah,
it's
they
off.
called it a tip, so it's a point
I'm not 100% sure on that one, but
for Fanshawe, and Deliri will serve again.
and now you see they're starting to run away with it, right? It's so tough to keep that momentum
Yep.
after a big win in the set.
Now it's a 10-point lead
there's
for
Emsley, right?
Fanshawe.
So now, unfortunately, Emsley's starting to find her way through here
Yep.
now, right? Finding ways to score, swinging hard and high. Might be a little too late, down 9 here in the 4th set.
Yeah, here's Emsley. Mohawk's going to need a big run to stay alive. That was a good play there by Raycroft. And a nice block at the net by Mohawk.
What
And
an up
Janelle
throw.
Albert. They're going to set up
And then she
Albert
goes over the
again.
top.
And she's not going to miss twice. She gets all of that one.
And there's nothing you can do for at the net there. Like Kuiper can't. It's not like she's gonna just jump 20 inches higher.
Yep.
Right. Like that's unbelievable. She's attacking at the top of the pin.
And
Oh, Kinsley, that's athletic.
that serve just mishandled by McEachern. And Mohawk scrambles, unable to get it over the net. So that's another point for Fanshawe. And
So Fanshawe looking like they're gonna
yep.
maybe survive a scare, right? Test it early.
Yep, they got tested.
this is-
At the same time, I think that's something they like. It wasn't too easy for them. They got the challenge they wanted. So it gives them a good test and gets them ready for the semifinals if they close this 4th set out like they should,
Nice
up by
dig
11.
Kinsley.
And there's McEachern getting the point.
So you're gonna need some errors from Fanshawe.
Yep. Well,
That's the only way Mohawk gets back in this. You're gonna have to have some errors here from Fanshawe.
but that's the great thing about sports. It's not over until someone has 25 points. So, I mean, we've seen some amazing comebacks in volleyball before. Let's see if Mohawk can pull one off here. It's going to be
I've had
tough.
some
but
ridiculous comebacks happen both ways.
Yep.
For and against us in volleyball. So, yeah, anything can happen. Fanshawe looking like a well-oiled machine though right now.
There's Taylor Kelly
Nice serve.
serving. I think that's her first appearance in today's game. New
Nice
player
slide.
for
Touches.
Mohawk.
There's another one.
Yep, they called a tip. So I guess right now for Mohawk, it's just 1 point at a time.
Yep.
They get that one.
Yep,
Now
1
they're
point at
down
a
by
time.
9.
Taylor Kelly with a really nice serve there.
Yep.
Getting the ball back. There's another one. Oh my gosh. Listen.
Yeah. That's mishandled by Raycraft,
And
and we
to-
don't see that a lot.
No, to ace Raycroft, you got to be doing something right.
And actually, that wasn't Raycroft. I just noticed
Oh my gosh.
Anula Barrow
No.
subbed in for Fanshawe. It's Vanessa Vargas now. Fanshawe getting that point. But yeah,
That's just dangerous.
and with the lead they have right now, if you look at the court, Fanshawe sending in a couple new players to
A little
get
bit
them
of
warmed
experience.
up.
That's
Yep.
tough.
And then that's just mishandled by Kaylin Emsley. 10-point lead for Fanshawe now, and Janelle Albert will serve again. Her team needing 4 points to move on to the semifinals.
Got her again with the
Yep.
short serve.
Kinsley just out of the reach of Kinsley Child.
Janelle, I swear.
Smart
she's-
placement.
Again, we don't have live stats. She's got to be close to 30 points.
She's
this has
having-
been a phenomenal performance in a quarterfinal.
I
She
must-
stepped up, taking
I'm-
the team on her back.
Commentating Canadore all year, I haven't really got that much of a look at Janelle Albert, and she's just really showing us today why she got named the best player, the player of the year in the OCAA.
Yeah.
Just a tremendous performance once again today, and it looks like Fanshawe might be able to close this one out and move on. Here's McEachern with a nice hit. That's received by Vargas. Backwards set towards Stewart, and
Yeah, that
Fanshawe
was
get the point. And that one's gonna hurt. It's now a 12-point lead. 2 points needed now for Fanshawe. Janelle Albert to serve again.
Listen, this is a really good performance from Mohawk.
Yep.
Matt's coached in provincials basically every year he's been coaching.
Mhm.
Won medals. They know how to win. They clearly are a gritty, really good defensive team. We'd love to see a little more size maybe that they
Yep.
get coming in for next year. But other than that, this is overall a good performance in a provincial quarterfinal for Mohawk.
And there's a nice play there by Fanshawe. Quick tip at the net, finding the open spot, and it's now match point with Skylar Johnston out of Hamilton, Ontario. She's up the line to serve. A first-year player for Fanshawe. And a nice serve, forcing Mohawk to scramble here. That's going to be a free ball. Can Fanshawe win it on this? They're going to set it up, a block.
Dump again.
And
Got
a
it.
dump, and that should do it.
There we go. Fanshawe will move on. Guaranteed medal match for them.
Yep, defending
Mohawk.
champs live another day, and they're moving on to the semis.
Yeah, Mohawk, great season for them.
Mhm.
If you'd ask Matt, he'd say maybe a little underperformed during the regular season.
Yep.
It would have been a different matchup if their seeding was a little bit different. I would have liked to see them play more in the tournament. But that's a great performance.
Honestly, the way we were talking about the game before, we already said it was going to be a tough matchup for Mohawk. Looking at how both teams played, and Mohawk really gave Fanshawe a run for their money. Credit where credit's due. The first 2 sets were tightly contested, both nail biters, and like you mentioned, after that big second set, the energy just dropped off a bit for Mohawk, and they were the same team in the 3rd and 4th.
And from the Fanshawe Falcons, number 9,
Yeah.
Janelle Albert.
That makes a lot of sense.
So
I'd love to see her points total at the end. I would say almost 30 points. That's a great performance by Janelle.
So Janelle Albert, no surprise, she gets player of the game for Fanshawe, and Kaylin Emsley getting it for Mohawk.
She was incredible defensively.
Yep.
She did a really good job, really good serve receive. Struggled through a little swings here and there trying to find ways to score. Fanshawe did a really good job on her. She found it a little late. For Mohawk, you wish she found it a little earlier, but she played a really good game. Both great, like a great match from both sides. And that's one way to start off a tournament, buddy.
Yeah, Fanshawe with an incredible start to this tournament. What an amazing game to start this tournament. A lot of highlights, a lot of tightly contested points. You got to applaud Mohawk. Maybe not the season they were hoping for, but what a great showing today.
Yeah.
Great effort. Obviously, a couple players leaving. Kinsley Child, I believe, that was her last game. She's a 5-year veteran, which is the cap for the OCAA. So best of luck to her moving on.
Yeah, and you hope to see, so like a couple of these girls, if they do want to take it a step further, they have the talent level, and the OCAA is competitive enough to say, yeah, I can play pro volleyball, which is something that's, it's an incredible experience. I didn't get the chance to, but a lot of these girls have that talent to go play at the next level, even higher. So it'll be nice to watch and see. Fanshawe is going to be a lot of fun to watch in the next match as well in the semi.
Yep.
That's about all I got for you. How about you?
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Fanshawe doing what they do best. The defending champs moving on to the semifinals after a 3-1 win